And wasteful bureaucracy isn't a recession, it's reform.
But Democrat billionaire Mark Cuban is using the big R word as another talking point to stir up dissent, warning of a red rural recession and blaming it on the billions of taxpayer dollars DOGE has already saved from cutting government waste.
Let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago that this big shot in his own mind was all for downsizing government.
I think we can reduce employment in government by at least a third, reduce the overhead and administration by that much or more, so that we can offer more to services for our citizens. I'm happy to push down the size of government, and I'm happy to work on making government more efficient, because then more money can pass through and help the people who need it.
Here to react, House Appropriations Committee member, Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, not sure I understand the Mark Cuban argument. He used to be concerned about government spending, but now that we've got $36 trillion in debt and $2 trillion annual deficits, he thinks it's all just fine, I guess.
Right. And he's clearly out of touch with what Iowans are saying. You know, we had the luxury of having our USDA secretary come to visit us in Iowa yesterday. The heart of rural America. We truly feed and fuel the world. And as far as I'm concerned, Mark Cuban could sit this one out. He certainly isn't in touch with Iowa values and what our Iowans want to see happen with their federal government. And I think he's also got amnesia for the last 4 years of what President Biden did to the ag economy in this country by not offering great trade opportunities and by not getting our trade partners to the table. Look, I think, obviously he's part of this cohort that's out there fear-mongering and spreading misinformation about DOGE. But the reality is that, just this week, DOL, Department of Labor, found and cut off hundreds of millions of dollars worth of DEI contracts to other countries. And I think the American taxpayer right now, many people are getting ready to send their checks into the federal government to pay their taxes on tax day this month. And what a slap in the face to them when they're seeing their tax dollars go to priorities like that. So Mark Cuban's flat out wrong. He was wrong when he said President Trump wouldn't surround himself with strong, intelligent women. And he's wrong about this as well.
Right. I love someone who sold a garbage.com company just by luck at the top of the internet bubble, and that's how he made his money, to lecture the American people about math. When the interest on the national debt has already swamped what we pay for our national defense and Medicare at this point. So if we don't cut, we will go broke. Congresswoman, on to this. The Communist Party of China is going after disgruntled federal employees and courting our allies. What can be done to stop this? It's frightening that we would expect this from not a rival, but an adversary. But again, if you hand secrets to Communist China, that would seem to be a crime.
Yeah, you should go to jail. If you're doing that, that's flat out treasonous. And I think at the end of the day, the CCP thrives on American discord. It's in their interest to do everything they can to divide us. Look at what they were able to do with just last year and the year prior with what was happening in Israel and sowing that discord and misinformation on TikTok about Hamas and the Palestinian people. I think that it is, of course, in China's best interest to undermine us in every way they possibly can. So we need to push back. If people are caught doing this, they absolutely need to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you.
Thanks, Dagan and James.